TIFU by lighting the fuel of 11 model rocket engines directly in my face. This happened like 2 months ago, but I just remembered it. Basically, I was bored, and I decided to take the solid fuel out of 11 model rocket engines and combine it into one rocket. I just turned all of it into dust and then went upstairs to find a funnel so I could pour it all into a new container. I asked my dad where I could find one, and he asked why. So I explained my plan. He said no. My aunt is a tenured PhD in chemistry, and he called her over what was basically a combination of powdered sugar and potassium nitrate. Anyways, she recommends just lining it up on concrete and burning it off, as other methods have more risks or something. I wasn't really listening. So we go outside. I grab a blowtorch. We cart it up in a line. And this is where I made a crucial mistake. I forgot how quickly that stuff ignites. So the moment the smallest bit of flame touched it, I hear a loud FWOOSH and can only see orange and smoke. It clears off, and we're just laughing about it. I didn't get hurt or anything. I'm just dumb. Some of my hair was burned off, singed, and small pieces of rock or something were melted into my glasses lenses. TL. Doctor lit up rocket fuel in my face because I'm stupid. Man, you're like the reincarnation of my younger brother. When we were kids in Detroit, he'd take the bus down to the theatrical supply place and buy flash powder. It came in 3 speeds. Slow was like a magician's poof. Medium went off with a thump, and high went off with a big crack. High speed was powerful stuff, but it was supposed to be used in little dishes with igniters. Little bro would take a whole can of Bondo and stir the catalyst in. Fill a plastic film vial with flash powder, with wires going to a model rocket igniter. Stuff it in the Bondo and let it cure for a week. That thing would blow a 3-foot crater in the backyard. Neighbors freaking hated us. He used to hire himself out to rock bands in the KISS era with this rig of cables and flash pots and do their pyro when he was like 16. One band didn't supervise him. He blew out all the windows in a school cafeteria. That kind of ended his rock and roll pyro career. https preview.red.it/73qsuged13ac1.jpg width equals 1200 and format equals pjpg and auto equals webp and s equals dd800839785b9c3fc25a164ce08ff8566e7b7b. I found a picture. Tilt always my kids. Why? When they get older and ask me some seemingly innocuous question like, where do I find a funnel? Quote, I will then proceed to help them safely build, or burn, or blow up whatever they had concocted up. In high school I used to do basically this with whatever fireworks I could get my hands on. Results would vary from just very bright to accidentally setting my backyard on fire. Luckily I was a responsible kid and kept the hose handy. Don't do like I did, kids. I found a model rocket engine on the soccer field at my junior high school. We had a 55-gallon drum we burned trash in. That was my job. So, of course, I chucked it in there. Oh man, I don't know how many seconds it burned, but it seemed like forever to me. Fortunately it just bounced around in there and didn't fly out and set the house on fire. Next time you will just buy a size G engine. Glad you're okay. I remember doing this, but I got 3rd-degree burns on my hand. Still have no feeling there. You got lucky. When that stuff is in a powder form it ignites way faster and easier. Lit story, bro. Good thing your aunt was clever enough to know you were gonna do it anyway and sent you outside. I find when someone loses their eyebrows they look surprised. Over what was basically a combination of powdered sugar and potassium nitrate. It's more likely than it isn't that it was black powder, which is cool and stable burning if you have it tightly packed, but becomes an explosive with quite a bit of potential when pulverized into fine-grained dust. KCl sugar mixture can be safely melted and cast at home, but better not to disassemble existing stuff. You might encounter chloride-based fuels sometimes and they don't necessarily like metal object. Poking them. And a 9 volts battery, 10 meters of cable and some metal plate scrubbers are a good way to ignite stuff from a safe-ish distance. Bit of nichrome wire and a bit straw filled with some black powder also works wonders as a makeshift ignition.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.